DotEmu's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge for many just came out of nowhere, but one look at the games that they've helped develop and it's obvious that they get the vibe. From Windjammers to Streets of Rage 4, it's pretty clear DotEmu have mastered nostalgia, with games that feel ripped straight out of the 80s and 90s. So when it was announced that they were going to tackle Marvel next as their latest 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up, I think we all collectively went, yeah. One look at this beautiful pixel art gameplay and it becomes pretty hard to ignore, because it's tickling your nostalgia bits, because it's reminiscing of those early Marvel beat-em-ups that lived for a while in the SNES and Sega era, or at your local arcade where you would dump a ton of quarters in and never really get to afford to see the end. With this kick-ass intro, it just grabs you by your baby nuts and really hype you up with the music and the fun comic book-like cutscenes, and also by throwing an awesome mix of characters at you that makes you wonder, are these even going to be playable? Are these the bosses? And who the hell is even this guy? Well, this guy is Annihilation, and he's trying to take over the universe by using these alien parasite-looking worm thingies to take control over anyone who comes in his way. So heroes, and even some anti-heroes from across the galaxy, come together to stop this cosmic invasion. The story is super simple yet fitting of a classic beat-em-up and even a Marvel comic book. Yet, I was really impressed with the deep-cut cameos that they were using as playable characters and throughout the story, popping up here and there, chilling in the backgrounds, and just being featured throughout the entire game. The cast of characters that you actually play aren't your same old superheroes that you would expect. The ones you really want are there, but most are characters that you don't really get to see much of, and I love that they took that risk, which I believe paid off. The sprites are just so animated and show so much personality and flair. There's a lot of detail to them, to their movements. They're super smooth and very much what you would expect from each character. They stay within themselves. There's a ton of fanfare from visual stuff, cameos, to even how some moves are performed. Having this nice healthy amount of color palettes and skins for each character is awesome, and the biggest surprise to me was having certain voice actors reprising their roles.
Don't worry, Chuck. I got my can openers right here.
We must leave no stone unturned in our search for the missing mutants.
I will admit the only voice I wasn't a huge fan of was Cosmic Ghost Riders. I just felt it didn't fit. I love his inclusion in the game because he's not a particular safe choice. I just wasn't a fan of his voice, and I couldn't help to chuckle every time he said this line.
Just reload the blasters. Just reload the blasters. Just reload the blasters. Just reload the blasters.
You can play the game with up to 4 players in online cross-platforming and couch co-op, which I'm going to argue to the day I die that that's the best way to play. So you start off with 11 heroes to choose from, and you unlock 4 more that you eventually defeat in boss fights. This definitely feels and plays like your classic beat-em-up with modern controls and mechanics. You have basic melee attacks, you have your charge attacks, and each character has basic combos that you can do. Some heroes can fly, others can block, and others can dodge, and they all have unique attacks. Some might just grab and be able to smash characters, and others might cost ammo, as Mr. Cosmic Ghost Rider loves to remind us.
Just reload the blasters.
The more you attack, the more you fill up your focus bar, which each hero uses to perform their own special attack. The thing I felt unique from this game was that each player gets to pick 2 heroes, and you can switch between them on the fly. You can do assist attacks with them, having them pop in and add to the combo that you're currently doing. You can also do each of their special attacks at the same exact time. Juggling all this is very fun. The controls are kept super simple, yet are very smooth, and again, very fun. Some heroes can be a tad more complex than others, like having a whole ass parry system or having different ways to cheese a huge combo. There are complexities within the simplicity of the combat. Discovering what attacks linked together achieve just this ginormous combo is very cool. And with so many characters, trying to master each one, I believe is half the fun. They just did a great job with the details as well. With so much going on, there was only 2 of us on screen, but I'm sure if you add 2 more, it sounds like it could be a mess, but the screen never felt messy. Hectic, yes. Messy, no. And there's decisions for fun that were made, like something as simple as being able to continue a combo with the enemy's lifeless body.
Even a goddess needs to eat.
Out of the 15 playable characters, of course you're going to have your faves, but none of them felt like a drag to play as. You might even be surprised who you end up liking the most. You make your way through these awesome detailed levels with pretty fun and dynamic backgrounds. I mean, there's always something to look at back there. It's so colorful and so beautiful. It's really enchanting. There's also some slight branching paths that offer you some sort of freedom, but the goal is always remaining the same, to whoop all kind of ass. There are AIM agents, cosmic bug creatures, and sentinels to fight. There are also elements within the levels that you can interact with, like murderous scaps, holes inside the plane, or even Gatling guns. And each level ends with fun, thrilling boss fights against characters you may or may not know from across the Marvel Universe, with more than a couple surprises. Now, while you have the freedom to pick any hero you want, each level has 2 character-specific challenges and one that anyone can complete. Things like hit 5 enemies at the same time with so-and-so special, or knock enemies off the stage, use a certain item within the level to take enemies down, things that are just so simple that you feel forced to complete them. And when you do, you earn cosmic cubes. You can also find cosmic cubes that are hidden throughout the level, but these you spend to unlock rewards like songs and more hero color palettes and skins. But every time we started a level, we kind of felt we couldn't play freely until we completed the challenge, especially with challenges that were combat centric, which most of them are. But I also found it a smart way to kind of have you pick certain characters so they are featured within certain levels to help with the story that they're telling. Like if you're Wakanda, it would be smart to have Black Panther in there. Characters also level up, boosting their focus and their health bars, along with earning some passive skills like Captain can fill his focus bar faster, Wolverine has his healing effect, or others like granting boosts after specific attacks. Each character maxes out at level 10, and you can reach that pretty quickly, especially since leveling up is kind of shared between players. So it makes that task of maxing out each character a not so tedious one, especially if you're looking to 100% the game. There's also an arcade mode where you play levels with mods, making the game harder or easier, making special attacks cost HP instead of focus, making enemies faster, a lot of things like that. I didn't find the mods to be super compelling to make me want to run through the game again just for the mods. I think it's the co-op gameplay that really makes me want to run through it again. I will say the game is pretty easy. We really didn't die until the final boss, where we did get got a couple times, but the game difficulty does drastically change while in single player because you get less enemies coming after you, and it just felt way easier. Regardless, couch co-op, like I said, is definitely the best way to play. And I'm not only just saying that to try to trick the industry in making more couch co-op games. Maybe I am, I don't know. They did a great job with this game. The only major flaw I found, other than the achievements not popping up for me at all, I googled and it had something to do with it not being fully updated or something. I don't know, that's really not a great look, but I didn't mind. I know a lot of people do, so double check on that. Google for solutions if you really care about the achievements. But the biggest flaw for me was that it's really short. You can easily beat the story in around 3 hours. But since it's not a full-priced game, you really can't complain too much. You definitely get your money's worth. But I, like many, are going to wish it was longer, which is the perfect state DotEmu wants us to be in. So when they drop the DLC with maybe an extra mode, more heroes, and extra levels, we don't hesitate to get it. I do hope DotEmu keeps making these type of games. Not only so it can become a household name, so I can finally learn the proper way to pronounce their company name, but to keep the spirit of the 2D arcade beat-em-ups alive. Because they've proved themselves to be very good at it. And I believe they're good at it because they get it. And they get it because they care. It just seems like they're genuine fans of whatever franchise they're tackling. Which brings me to my question for you. What property would you like to see them do next? Power Rangers? Transformers? DC? I was thinking of X-Men, and hopefully they would add some roguelike elements in there to keep it spicy. Bring in the Shadow King or Onslaught to take on the X-Men, and have Magneto and Mystique and some enemies team up with them. I think that would be really awesome. But also have faith in them that anything that they do next is going to be sick, because their track record says so. But those are my thoughts on Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Time to let me know yours. What did you think of it? What did you like? What did you didn't? What do you think they will do next? Any and all thoughts, let them fly down in the comments. And while you're down there, if you could like this video and hype it, which is this new YouTube thing, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to always and forever, you do you.
My cosmic control rod is more charged up than ever. I shall rain ruin upon this planet.
Wanna bet, punk boy?
Fast Boss Special.